So she started the procedure and she kept asking me, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you doing okay?" And first they started by putting the instrument they used to do a pap smear, and that was fine because I didn't feel that at all. And then when they started going to open my cervix, sort of, they got through the first part and it was fine. I still didn't feel anything. And then they try to get through the second part of the cervix because there's two openings. One that's closest to your vagina cavity and one that's closest to the uterus. So they couldn't get through the second one. So right now I'm still fine. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, yeah, this isn't too bad. I can't feel it. But then they were like, okay, well, we're going to have to open your cervix by force because I've never had kids and it's not dilating. And so they took something. I wasn't watching because I didn't want to look at all the scary instruments. I was just looking at my husband. And so they started to open my cervix, and that was the worst pain I have ever felt. It was like crazy, off the charts. And I was like, this hurts, it hurts a lot. And I closed my eyes and was just concentrating, going, okay, don't move, and don't want to mess her up, so don't move. My husband was going, it's okay. I just kept talking to him because it made it better if I was talking to him, going, okay, it hurts a lot. Next part, my hands started going numb, like tingling numb, and it went through my body. It was like, I don't know, it started getting scary. It was bad tingles. It was my chest started going numb, my legs started going numb. The only thing that didn't go numb was my vagina, which is unfortunate. But I was holding his hand and I couldn't feel his hand anymore because I was squeezing it so much, and I started getting really sweaty and hot. And I was like, she's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I feel really hot. I was breathing real hard. She was like, take slow breaths, breathe deep. And my husband was there going, they're almost done, don't worry, it's almost over. So I was ready to give up, but he was like, they have the device and they're about to release it and it should be over soon. I was like, okay, keep going. So as soon as she released it, the pain like kind of subsided, sort of. And once they were done, they took everything out. And she was like, you did really well. She said, lay there for a while. Well, I couldn't move anyway. I was all numb. So I was like, okay. So I was just laying there for about 10 minutes. The numbness went away and I felt so much better. It was just it was relief, really. And the nurse came in and gave me a cup of water and was like, drink this, because I was so pale from sweating. And the water helped. I started drinking it and they took my vitals again. And after about 10 minutes of laying there, I could finally stand up. So I stood up. I felt fine. Felt like nothing happened. I could walk. I wasn't bleeding at all, which surprised me. There was no cramping. I just felt like any other day. So I was like, oh, this is great. I don't feel anything. So then we went about our day. Afterwards, we went and got a haircut, went shopping. I was perfectly fine. There was no pain. There was no cramping. There was no bleeding. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll start bleeding later tonight. Well, I didn't bleed that day. The 26th on Thanksgiving, there was still no cramps, no bleeding, nothing. I felt perfectly fine. I was like, I must be the weirdest person in the world. So, yeah. And then, since I wasn't bleeding, I wasn't in any pain, me and my husband decided to have sex last night. That was a little painful, because everything was so tight in there. But, it wasn't too bad. He could still he felt the strings beforehand with his fingers. and it was still there, so it hadn't fallen out or anything. And he came and we had sex and it was fine. Sometime during the night last night, I started getting cramps. They were just normal cramps, though, with your period or whatever. And I was still not bleeding. They went away. By the time I woke up, they were gone. And I've been fine all day. I've been fine for the past 3 days. So the little bit of pain for those few minutes, I think is worth it. I would tell people to go get it because every person's different, and maybe you'll have a similar experience to me where it doesn't hurt at all. And, well, afterwards. It hurt during, but afterwards, you might be like me and be perfectly fine and can go about your day and have no problems. I'm still not bleeding, haven't bled yet. And that's about it for how my days has gone. When I finally do get my first period, I'll let you know how that goes, and if, I don't know, just updates, any updates I need to update you guys on, I will. And feel free to leave your questions, comments, concerns, how your experience was, or if hopefully this video will help girls go, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll have an experience like her and have a positive one. I think it's worth it. For that little bit of pain and then 5 years, you don't have to worry about it for 5 years. I mean, it's relief, really. So I think Mirena is definitely worth it so far. I will update you whenever I need to. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope this video helps. And go get it. Go talk to your doctor about it. And if that form's not right for you, you can always get something else. There's many options out there. The first step is asking about it and finding out from other people. So that's it. I'll update you some other time. And once again, I'm Jam. I've had my Mirena for about 3 days now, and I'm loving it. Okay, bye.